Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Warrior Code International. Last night we had UFC in Abu Dhabi. Robert Whittaker faced Reinier De Ridder. What is my opinion on the fight? Do I agree with the decision? I'm gonna tell you in this video. As you know, we are going to Thailand on the 1st of September, so make sure to follow this journey because this will be something special. This will be something big, I hope and I believe. But anyways, Reinier De Ridder versus Robert Whittaker. Let's analyze the fight. So let's go round by round. First round, the fight starts. Whittaker here, so the left hand is here, the right is here. He's very focused, steps in, steps out. Extremely effective with the jab, extremely effective with the left hook. Very beautiful. There was one situation where he slipped on the inside, left straight, right straight. Very impeccable timing, beautiful shots landed, complete dominance on the feet. Robert was way sharper, way more effective than Reinier. Reinier did have to wake up. I feel like he was not really in the fight in the first round. He was walking forward, but he just seemed a little bit off. So Whittaker did stop all the takedowns. He stuffed all the takedowns. He landed beautiful shots, as I told you, with the left jab, with the left hook, with the right straight. He was winning all the exchanges on the feet. He was not getting taken down. Whittaker was definitely winning that round, and Reinier did look a little bit off. Then, so that round is for Robert Whittaker. Then if we go to the second round, the second round was no different than the first in the first 2.5 minutes. So Whittaker relaxed on the feet, in and out, stepping in, stepping out, landing the jab, landing the left hook, landing the right straight, maybe also the overhand in certain situations. But that round, yeah, it was going in Robert's direction. But Reinier seemed to open a little bit more. He started to land that jab. He's got a very beautiful long jab from his southpaw stance because he's a southpaw. So Reinier did start to open up a little bit. And then there was a knee which he landed on Robert to the body. It was a powerful knee. But then afterwards, he landed one more knee to the chest of Whittaker. And that hurt Robert very badly. So as also Michael Bisping noticed, Whittaker got badly hurt because of that knee, and Reinier took him to the ground very easily. If Robert had not been hurt because of that knee, this would not have happened. But Reinier hurt him very badly with his beautiful left knee, took him to the ground, was trying to pass his guard, did pass his guard on certain occasions. Maybe he moved to side control, but he never really completely passed the guard. He never. So let me explain it better because that doesn't sound well. So he did try to pass the guard. He almost ended up in a side control position, but still Robert's defensive jiu-jitsu was very solid. He did manage to survive, but Reinier was putting pressure with the shoulder. He was landing some shots to the body. He did land some elbows through the guard. So Reinier did have a very strong second half of the second round. So I believe that because of that strong second half, because of the damage which he caused with the elbows, because of the ground control, I would give the second round to Reinier De Ridder. So that means 1-1. Then we go to the third round. Reinier starts perfectly. Beautiful jabs. He lands them all the time. Left hook also lands. Knee to the body. Whittaker is moving backwards. He is hurt. He is tired. And then Whittaker, being a veteran, being a very experienced fighter, he is in that position. He is completely exhausted, tired, hurt, but he knows that he's got that beautiful right overhand. So he throws that overhand, bam, lands exactly on the chin of Reinier. And Reinier, in that particular situation, was kind of going for the finish. He was trying, he had already noticed that Robert was hurt, so he was trying to finish him. But he wanted to land the left knee to the body, his best weapon in my opinion. But his knee was in the air and he was completely open. So he got caught by that right overhand. He fell on the ground, badly hurt. Robert sprung on him and he tried to finish him. So Robert threw some heavy shots from top position, some elbows. His killer instinct was on. Although he was tired, although he was hurt, he jumped in there with the only purpose of finishing Reinier. But Reinier did manage to survive. He showed a lot of character. He showed that he does belong at that level, because at that level you need to be capable of absorbing shots. You need to be capable of surviving these terrible situations, and he was in a terrible situation. So he did survive. He managed to hold Whittaker, to take him in the closed guard, I believe, and then eventually he stood up. Actually, quite quickly he managed to stand up. And then that second half of the third round, I believe that Reinier actually won, because Whittaker was very tired. Reinier did land some beautiful jabs, some knees to the body. Reinier did very well in that second half of the third round. So it was a close round, but having in mind that Robert Whittaker did land that powerful punch, that he basically, it was a knockdown, that he almost finished Reinier, we have to give that round to Robert Whittaker. So that means 2-1. The fourth round I would give to Reinier. Without a doubt, Reinier did win the fourth round. Yeah, he was doing very well on the feet, way more comfortable than before. Whittaker was tired. I mean, they were both very tired, and still it was close, but again, Reinier was the one who landed more shots. And then it's all about the fifth round, right? That's the round which decides everything. And if we look at the shots, the more beautiful shots were definitely landed by Robert Whittaker. He did land the more precise shots, the jab, the left hook. He did land some powerful shots to the body. I believe they were either right straight or right hook, but he did land some powerful shots to the body. He did land the more precise, more beautiful, the better placed shots were landed by Robert Whittaker. But Reinier did put a lot of pressure on Robert Whittaker. Reinier was always walking forward. He was using the jab. He was pushing him. They ended up in many clinch situations where Reinier did use his weight. He put his weight on Whittaker. He was landing these body shots, you know, those dirty boxing shots. I would not say that Reinier landed some heavy shots in that round, but he was the one walking forward. He was the one who was controlling the clinch at the cage wall. He did land some good shots in the clinch. So it's difficult to say who won that round, because the better shots were landed by Whittaker, but the pressure, the clinch domination was on the side of Reinier, and that made it very close. I personally thought that Robert Whittaker won 3-2. So I thought that Whittaker would win with a decision, with a unanimous decision, 3-2. But it's not a robbery. I do agree that you could also say, you could also have the perspective that Reinier won, because yeah, he put the pressure, he did control the clinch. There were certain cases where Reinier controlled Whittaker on the fence or the cage wall, and Whittaker seemed not to be trying to escape. So he was there with his back towards the cage, but he wasn't trying to escape. He stayed there. It was almost like he accepted being there. And maybe that did look a little bit off in the eyes of the judges. Maybe the judges thought, why is he not trying actively to rotate Reinier? Why is he accepting that position? And maybe that did play a role in the fight and in the decision of the judges. But in general, very close and competitive fight. They were both completely exhausted. It was an absolute war, extremely close. It could have gone either way. It cannot be a robbery because it was very, very close and competitive. I believe that from now on, Reinier is definitely a top contender. I believe that his next fight will be against the person who wins or loses between Dricus du Plessis and Chimaev. So I believe he might immediately get a title shot, or he might face the person who loses that fight. But in any case, either way, Reinier does belong to the top, and yeah, he's very awkward. He's very tall. He's got a beautiful jab. The left knee is absolutely brutal. The takedowns are effective, not always, but they do work well. The ground game is world level. The conditioning is good. The chin is strong. He's got a strong character. He does not give up. So Reinier De Ridder is definitely up there. He's definitely a big contender. And let's see how it all plays out. A weakness in Reinier's game was the fact that he would get hit and he would react very strangely. So he would get hit by Robert and he would like rotate his head. So he would get a jab and he would rotate like that. And you know, that although he did look good on the feet, especially having in mind that he was fighting against Robert Whittaker, that's a weakness. That's something he needs to improve, his reaction to the punches, because sometimes he gets hit and he like rotates the head. It looks a little bit off. It looks a little bit strange the way he reacts. And don't get me wrong, as I said, the left knee is absolutely brutal. The jab is very good. The left hook is landing very well. There are many weapons, you know, he's doing very well. He had one beautiful high kick in the fight, but there is a little bit of space for improvement when talking about his defense. So his boxing defense needs to be improved. If he wants to be the champion, he really needs to improve that boxing defense. Robert Whittaker, for him, you know, my opinion is that Robert Whittaker is still a world level fighter. I believe he is still extremely technical, extremely motivated, but it's like, I feel like he's maybe 15 to 20% less than what he used to be. He's not, so he did get, in my opinion, he got tired a bit too quickly. And of course, it's easy for me to be sitting at home and say, oh, he got a little bit tired too quickly. But I mean, we are not really used to Whittaker getting tired, and he did get tired. He did get tired, and that was somewhere in the third round. So he did get quickly tired. And also there were those situations where his back was at the cage, in the clinch, and he seemed to accept that. He seemed not to be willing to put some power to rotate Reinier. So these were subtle tells for me that I believe that he does have the hunger. I believe that he really wants to be the champion again. But in my opinion, on a subconscious level, he does not want it that much anymore. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, he's still a phenomenal fighter. He's still a top 3 fighter in my opinion, or at least top 5 fighter. But I don't feel like he's got that same hunger anymore. And Reinier, he's up and coming. Obviously, he's 34 years of age. He's not the youngest in the world, but he does belong to the top. He moved to Florida. He's now living there with his wife and kids. So he's completely dedicated to the craft. And I believe that Reinier he does have big chances of winning that title, and let's see how it all plays out. Anyways, a very beautiful fight, very competitive, very close. Both of them got completely exhausted. Warriors, a true war. It was a great pleasure to watch the fight. My message for all the Warrior Code International viewers will be to follow us, because on the 1st of September we are going to Thailand. There are big things coming. We will be going for Chimaev, we will be going for Tsarukyan, we will be going for Piotr Jan, who got a great victory yesterday. We will be looking for those people, and there will be high-level interviews, analysis and predictions and all of that. So make sure to follow. This is a crazy journey, and sky's the limit for me, for you, and that's it. Who's